Okay. No, that's not you. Oh yeah, you moved it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's like somebody else got the same book bag as you. What? Yep.
Yeah, man, it was not too long ago, and I heard somebody else was like, "Yo, I'm about sick coffee." I said, "God."
Man.
It's funny because I don't know. It's funny because even like throughout the day, you see mad people another coffee right up, and then people just burnt out, man. But
We
it's all
good now. Yep. Yep.
All right. With the Hebrew Israelites, coming week in and week out, prophesy the downfall of America. This is GMS Virginia, and we stand to the east. You know, we're going to give our praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Yahweh.
Second, we want to give double honor to our apostle, GMS 12. And please bless the salutation of hopefully elect that consists of you so-called Negro, Latinos, Hispanics, Native American, West Indians. Now, again, you know, we're just going to prophesy the downfall of America, uplift our power, and because we see now, you know, the man that we love for so long, Esau, the so-called white man, he's showing his horns. Give me that Esau Green. He knows his time is short because you know, since you know Esau is seeing the chariots and seeing certain things, and you know he's feeling himself. He's very stout. You know, Amalek is behind him, and you know your boy DT Trump, whatever the hell you call him, DJ Trump. You know, he's showing his ass. You know, Esau is backing him. So the elites, so things are going to change. Things are, you know, it's not changing for the good. It's changing for the worse. So, you know, we're here to tell our people, you know, hey, you know, that clubbing shit, that little joyful spirit, you know, chasing the bag, the family, you know, loving and building shit here. Well, you know, if you're still in that spirit, you about to get caught blindsided. You gotta go back.
Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
Yeah, he has great wrath. You know, hey, plus we're out there on the scene. Somebody hold Sirach 36 for me as well, and start from the first verse. You know, what you're seeing is the so-called white man being exposed, his skirt being lifted up, and you know, he's not that so-called hero no more. He's not white anymore. You know, he's found out he's the red devil, he's Satan. Everything he does is adversary, is contrary to the Bible, the righteousness, man. You know, yeah. You know, the whole world has been looking upon so-called Negro, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, which have us, we're the bad guys, we're criminals and all in all. But you got to understand who created our people to be like that. You know, we understand the so-called white man is a greedy person. He looks for himself, you know, he's inconsiderate, and if he helps you, it's not, you know, basically, like the scripture says, unwillingly,
Yep.
you know. But ultimately, the end goal of when the so-called white man helping you is to, how you say it, have lordship over you. You got it.
Reading on Revelation 12:12, it says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Short time, you know. He's being exposed. His wittiness, his wiles is being exposed. By who? The prophets.
Right. Right. No, you're making good points, bro, to the spirit. He also measures things carnally. You
Yep.
got the doomsday clock ticking faster, and then you have they're coming up on their 250th year anniversary of when America was established.
Yep.
And look at things carnally, like, okay, average time that a kingdom lasts is around 250 years.
Yep.
So he's looking at that like, oh shit.
It's not a coincidence they're doing that.
Exactly.
They got DJ Trump building a statue of himself.
Yeah.
You know, so this man is proud as hell, you know. But we understand this is all prophecy. And we understand the Lord is building this man up to be the big bad bully. You know, he's really showing himself in these last days. You know, the so-called white man at one point, he calmed himself down for the moment. He allowed things to just pass certain things. But now, since these Edomites want their agenda, they're moving straight forward.
Yeah.
And that's another way Esau is trying to keep his kingdom, trying to stay in rulership longer, is via, you know, these new plans, new world order, these new procedures. Because like you were saying, you know, this man is being exposed on a high level. So
Isaiah 40,
people are,
Isaiah 47.
so people are coming against this man,
Yep.
and he's losing the grip. He's losing the control on the people. You
Yep.
know, so now for him to further his control and to seek to stay in power longer in his own mind, we got to set up these various different systems. We got to bring in AI. We got to
Yep.
bring in these various different technologies. We got to, you know, set up these various different agendas out here to make it look like there's something's happening, which is not.
Yeah.
To further the grip upon the people and ultimately to usher in that MOTV along the way.
And they got to
right?
they got to move around some more military power.
Yeah.
So they know things are going. Like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
said, you're going to be more uproars.
Right.
People are going to wild out. People are going to crash out.
Yeah.
And they need more chaos and
Right.
shit going on
Yeah.
in this world, so they can pretty much have you focus and looking at different shit, but at the same time have
Right.
the whole world looking at
Right.
us as the problem.
Because that, you know, the people will look to this man because he's destabilizing things. So now we have, you know, the ICE, the skirmishes of the people
Yep.
in it, and the crime, this, that, and so
What-
forth. And then on top of that, you know, the rumors of wars.
Yep.
You know, because of the rumors of wars, now we got this is what we have to do.
Yep.
China,
Yep.
China,
Right.
China. You know, Iran, this, that. You know, we have people that have slipped by our borders who are actually, criminals. And, you know, and you know they use that word "tears."
Yep.
And we have to do something. You know, we gotta bring America back. You know, you got it, bro.
Yeah, it's like he's saying things against Cuba.
Right.
How where he's what is it? Their oil capacity and rate that is going to Cuba is about to basically be cut off. So they're about to starve out Cuba. You know, they're already behind time. So, you know, Cuba really infrastructure doesn't go past 1959. You know, but yeah, man, this man is very stout. You know, he's showing his horns. But again, you know, this is why we're out here to tell our people, forewarn our people what's to come. Give me that Ezekiel, what is it, blow the trumpet?
Yeah.
Forewarn our people.
I got a precept too.
You got it.
Okay, this is in Psalms 10:1. It says, "Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble?" You know, because you know, from the outside looking in, it looks like, you know, why is the Lord allowing this to happen? You
Yep.
know, all these various different things that are happening all over the earth. You know, and basically Esau, Edom being raised up and being put in the position of power, like the scripture speaks about, that favor that is shown to the wicked.
Mhm.
It's all for a particular purpose.
Right.
You know?
Also, you got to remember how the Lord said He's going to throw down every idol. So you hear, and remember the other nations that did harm to our people, they're getting their just due back too.
Right.
Because you had, Ishmael, he sold us too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he has to get his recompense
Right,
for
right.
what he did, and that's why you see a lot of those so-called Arabs hollering and shouting and screaming. But ultimately, hey, Allah's not hearing their prayers.
Right.
They're pulling out carpets. You know, they're making a salak, whatever the hell they call them, with their little excuses, whatever. Basically their form of worship. You know, what is it, Mecca?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, where's Allah
Right.
in these times?
Right.
You know, where's your where's your prophet at? You know, where's your message? Where is your hope at to calm you down and to let you know what's going on? Well, there isn't. You know, only what we're finding out is you're starting to see the true prophets out here.
Sure.
You know, because hey, in the scriptures it's forewarning the world. Daniel 2, Daniel 7. You know, Revelation, what is it, 13, is coming to pass.
Yeah.
You know, it tells you in the scripture that Esau is going to come into power.
Yeah.
You know, what is it about the little horn? What is it, the deadly wound that was
Hill.
which we know is in America, man. You know, going into that wound that was the dragon, was the Roman Empire. See, you go to the other books, like the scripture says, there's no other book that can meet her mate.
Niggas is ruining your pants.
It ain't my truck.
Why this shit broke?
Fuck it, you did a holly in the truck.
It was off the ground.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you know, it's you understand, you know, hey, no other, the scripture says the other books can't have a meet.
Yep.
Roughly paraphrasing. So these other books that these people, Ham, etc., they call themselves getting into, they're not showing you, or the people, their and giving them no hope, so to speak, you know. So these people are crashing out, man.
You want that right quick?
Yep.
Yeah, Isaiah. The book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and 16, it says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
That's right.
No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate."
The prophecies, man. You know? That's why we're able to stand out here and tell the people what's going on. Why are the heathens raging? Why did the heathen rage? You know? Well, one thing for certain, they know they like, going to Revelation 17, the other nation shall lie down with the whore. And now the whore really is showing you about what she's really about. She didn't love you.
Yep.
Now she's committing adultery. She's telling you secrets.
Hurt you.
Because the other nations pillow talk with the whore. They thought the whore was only for them. But now she's doing backdoor deals with your enemies, man. She's stirring things up. She's a busybody. And that's what America's doing. The so-called white man. For name of terms, man. Anton, you got it.
Right. It says, written on Isaiah 34 and 16, "For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered."
That's right. That's right. Hey, gather who? The elect.
That's right.
You know, the prophets, the mouth of the men who the Lord is dealing with, man.
Right.
You know, you're not. That's why you don't have prophets or men that's coming out of the Bible or their books prophesying what's going on. Where's the wise men of Islam? Where are they at? You know?
Right.
Where's Ham? Where's Elon? But here it is. The so-called white man is taunting over them, man. Why? Because the idols aren't real. Hey, we're coming to find out Christianity was a farce.
Yeah, these Christians too, man. Why are you Christians surprised? Because y'all know the Bible so well. Why are you so surprised of what's going on in these certain times?
Yep.
You know?
It tells you in the Bible uproar.
Right.
Now that you see it
Right.
face to face, now you're in awe.
Right.
Now you're scared.
Yeah, they don't know the times like it speaks about 1 Thessalonians the 5th chapter. We fully understand the times through the Spirit of God, Yahweh, Shah, so we're not surprised. You know, individuals look at us like, well, why are y'all excited and happy?
Right.
You
How
know, this
could you?
affects your life
Right.
as well. This is your household, your job, your money, your freedom. Yeah, you're right. But guess what? It speaks about that in 2 Peter the 3rd chapter, man.
What's that scripture says? You should see 1,000 men die.
Yep.
Drop beside you.
Yeah,
Yep.
you fall at your side.
Psalm 91.
Yep, you
Yeah,
get that.
Yep.
That's right.
no harm shall come nigh thee. You know, we're excited for these times because we're hastening the day of coming our Lord Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
You know,
And we
slap. You know, we're looking for that new heavens and new earth where dwelleth righteousness. That's why we're excited, man. Even though we're going to be afflicted, we could be thrown in jail, prison, some of us even put to death. But hey, man, it is what it is. We're still looking, past that. You know.
And why the so-called white man is angry moving the way he does? Because what? He's being exposed. Because his whole kingdom was a lie. You know, he came underneath so many disguises.
Yeah, the devil was a lie.
Yeah.
The devil was a lie.
And now that he's being exposed, and really everybody's waking up to this man. Like, hold on, man, this nigga's not a Christian. He doesn't follow the ways of Catholicism. He's not a hero. He's not Superman. He's not Batman. He's not Robin.
Right.
He's not a samurai.
He's a murderer.
He's not a you.
Yeah. See, he's got his tools. He stands like a nice guy, like he's ready to help you. As soon as he gets exposed, more and more, he's gonna go to that back door and open up that arsenal. Okay, so all right. And he's gonna show you who he really is. He's gonna pull out the machete, he's gonna pull out the armor, he's gonna show you how bloody he can really get and what he's all about. You know, and this is what we're seeing the beginning stages of that right now, you know.
That's right.
I got some more of this.
You want that Psalm 91 now?
Yeah, I know we got a couple precepts.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 1. Matter of fact, you just want me to jump down to the point?
You can do one and going down. Jump on
Uh,
to it.
The book of Psalm 91 and 1 says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty."
That's right. Grace, mercy. Right?
And jumping down.
And how do you do that? Hey, doing what's pleasing to him. You know? Sacrifice. But what's important?
Right.
See, the so-called white man wants you to sacrifice your time into pleasure, which has destroyed men. Pleasure destroys men. Especially when it's given to him and not coerced or built up in the spirit. It's like Proverbs 25:28 says. You know, if a man has no control over himself, he's like a city no walls.
Yep.
When you go into the AI overview into that, man, it breaks it down nice, man. Basically, you're just subject to all attacks. And that's what Esau does. When a man is not developed mentally, he'll fall for anything, especially if he has weaknesses.
Right.
And especially if he's weak, especially if he's not strong. You got it? And what one thing that Esau does is he keeps children and they grow up to stay thinking like children. So nobody grows up here in America. That's why you have a parents, you look at them now, you be like, yo, what the hell? You're like a kid. You know? Your peers, they're like kids. Your aunts and uncles, they're like kids. They have a mindset of a kid. But hey, that's, you know, the scripture says, you know, when I grew up, when I became a man, I thought as a man. But these people here, they grow up and they stay children. You got it.
The book of Psalm 91, jumping down to verse 7, or verse 6, it says, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Verse 7, 1,000 shall fall.
Yeah, because that secret place is really inside the chariots, you know, inside the ships, you know. That's how 1,000's gonna fall at that side. That's how you're gonna be protected, you know, from the arrow that flies by day, you know, that destruction at noonday, you know, the height of Esau's wickedness, ultimately that World War III and those intercontinental ballistic missiles being shot over here to Babylon the Great, you know.
See, I'm going to speak up to.
Verse 7 says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right side, but it shall not come nigh thee.
Yeah. Tell a Christian to break that down. How's that going to take place? You know, 'cause that's going to be what ultimately the elect of the nation of Israel witnesses, you know, via through the windows of the chariots. You know.
It reads on, verse 8. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Yeah, like the brother wanted to, the chariots. You see them nukes hit.
Yeah.
You see people dying, frying, crying. Yeah.
Frying.
Yeah.
And frying.
Yeah.
Dying, frying, and crying.
Yeah. You know what? You ain't gonna be. Hey, if you ain't in the chair, you ain't gonna be able to see the reward of the wicked.
Right.
You know, it's simple as that. That's how great the destruction is. That's how much the earth is gonna be rocking to and fro, man. You know. So only from the chariots, from the safety of the chariots.
You see that lake of fire.
Yeah.
Like the Bible speaks
Right.
of.
That's how you're gonna be able to witness it. And you know, it ain't gonna be because you know, the chariots are, you know, it's hard to describe. It's really undescribable how it's even gonna be inside of a chariot.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
you're gonna have a front row, close, zoom in view. It ain't gonna be like the thousands of miles.
Right,
You ain't gonna be
right,
squinting.
right.
I think that's a person
Right,
right there.
right.
Nah, you're gonna know. You know, you're gonna have them spiritual bodies too.
Yep.
You're gonna be able to zoom
The
in.
chariot gonna be spiritual.
Right.
So the,
Go on.
whatever elements is not gonna affect it.
The chariot will be right in there.
Yeah.
The chariot could go on and fly in the midst of the destruction, while you sitting back and just watching it move through the fire. You know, if it wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
And you're going to need spiritual powers to be able to witness that level of fear that's going to be instilled within the elect that sees that.
Right.
We're going to need new bodies.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to. We wouldn't be able to contain ourselves if we saw that as having mortal bodies. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's right.
It says Psalm 91 and verse 9, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. Verse 10, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any
And the
plague.
majority of our people, they haven't made Yahweh Shai their habitation. You know, I can look that word up.
They made this system their habitation.
Right.
You know, our people love America, man. That's why everything they breathe, talk, walk, by the way they act, you know, their mannerism is American, man. You see, hey, I'm gonna say it again, you know, Anti-Daniels, he wants to be the perfect so-called American, man. You know? That's his problem. That's what you put down for. Because what? All you know is America.
Yep.
That's all you know, what you've been taught. You've been indoctrinated, man. And it's hard for our people to break that habit.
Which scripture you in?
Psalm 91 and
Well,
That was verse
9.
9.
Yep.
I'm looking that word up.
And the last precept, we'll go ahead and read it while you're looking it up.
Yep.
Verse 10, Psalm 91 and 10. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
that's right. And it's like the whole, when our people got delivered delivered in Egypt. And just like Daniel got delivered, just like the three holy men got delivered.
Yep.
You know? Got to remember these great instances where our people got delivered. It was not touched or harmed. You know?
Right.
And to carnal men, mortal men, they starved the lions. They made the fire go ablaze.
Yep.
But you got to remember, hey, the people that shook the Lord wasn't harmed, not one bit. So how much more of us in these days? You got to understand the Lord is really going to turn that up, because hey, just look how things are moving, and it's how basically unfaithfulness has really polluted this earth.
Right.
Nobody really believes in the Lord, you know, and we're in a generation where somebody really got to see a sign. So the Lord is really going to prevail on this, man. You know, and He shows the word that He's dealing with us. You know, just like when it states in Sirach, what is that? There should be an purification.
Oh yeah,
Law.
second Ezra 9.
When they see how the Lord dealing with us, roughly paraphrasing, you got it.
Oh yeah, I got the definition.
Hold Isaiah 47.
I got it.
Okay.
The definition for habitation is a state or process of living in a particular place. Similar words being residency, dwelling, house, or lodging. It says a place in which to live, and you know, basically the majority of our people have made their house, their lodging, you know, off the foundation of Esau, Edom.
Yeah.
You know?
But a lot of people don't realize we belong to the Lord.
Right.
That's right.
You know?
Like it says in Isaiah the 30th chapter, our people run down to Esau, you know, the modern day Pharaoh, for help, for guidance.
That's right.
They check into Esau's, you know, facilities.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they go to him for safety, because you know a house really represents a place of safety, protection.
Refuge.
You know, from the wind, the storm, the rain, from intruders, etc. Well, they've gone to Esau for that protection. They haven't gone to Yahweh all the time.
If you're a prisoner of war that was supposed to wait for your what is it, your
Right. And then when the help comes back, you shacked up with the enemy.
Yeah, with the enemy. Yeah, it crazy up.
I told you I was coming back. What the hell you doing? Took too long.
Yeah, but that's the definition of Stockholm syndrome. You know, when the one that's in captivity end up having, you know, feelings or remorse towards their captor,
Right.
and they start, you know, taking on their ways and whatnot.
That's definitely Jake.
Yep.
Here it is, you done got your ass handed to you, stripped from everything, wasn't able to build anything. Everything's been broken from our people by the hands of the so-called white man and his woman, you know. This whole system made it that you can't build, made it that you can't grow, made it that you can't come together in various strategic ways that the so-called white man did to our people, you know. And the proof in the pudding is still out there. You can go to museums, there's books out there, there's history it'll tell you, you know. That who was reading?
I got a precept. I'm still reading Psalms 10. You know that? No, this is Psalms 10, and continue on to verse 2. The wicked in his pride to persecute the poor, let them be taken into devices.
Yeah, because it's gotten to the point where Esau really don't believe there's going to be a recompense. That's why these Lord Edomites in America, when you ask them a simple question, how do you feel about so-called, slavery? My bad. How do you feel about slavery? Do you feel it should be a recompense? Well, I wasn't there. Okay, but you still get the benefits.
Right.
Okay. You know, they feel they don't have to pay for that. Well, you really don't understand war, and that's how. That's what I'm saying. The other nations know about war, but the American people, they don't know about war. They think, they truly believe because you give people, media attention, you give them some money, give them a gift, you allow them to sojourn with you. They really do believe that the war is over. The war never ended.
Right.
We're still prisoners of war.
But they'll advocate for the small as to receive aid.
Yeah.
For what their ancestors so-called went through the times past.
Well, if just like in 9/11, when they so-called took down the Twin Towers, you had all these Edomites and Americans ready to go to war and ready to ride on Ishmael. But so where's the same spirit when it comes to you so-called blacks, man? The so-called white man is constantly destroys us as a nation But so, where's the anger then? Where's the
Right.
where's your outcry?
Because there was people that weren't born when 9/11 actually happened.
Yeah.
But then they came on the scene, and the people expect them to be on the same
Yeah.
time as them.
Right.
This is what happened before you were born.
Right.
This is what happened. They came and knocked the towers down.
Had Jake,
They did it.
had Jake
You're
behind.
supposed to take on that hatred and that
Yep.
animosity. That's what they expect you being an American, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. You really did have a lot of Jake that was behind that. Yeah, America gonna ride. They're gonna do this and do that. They need and you got a lot of Jake that joined the military behind.
Right,
that, man.
right.
But what happened to? So you said that happened, right? And they will always remember 9/11. Well, why don't you remember your history? Why don't you want to get back on Esau, the catastrophe that Esau did to our people? Hey, it tells you in what was I just reading? Man, slipped my thought. Man, I was just reading it. Oh, Exodus the first chapter. When you read it in NLT, it basically tell you how Pharaoh had basically knew they had to destroy the boys, the boy children, because they knew if they allowed them to basically keep growing and keep being born,
Yep.
if anything would happen, they would side with their enemy,
Yep.
and they would come against them,
Yep.
and they would overpower them.
Showing you that the heathen always had a more of a what do you call it, a rulership mentality.
Yeah.
But even when you put the Israelites in harsh conditions, we still multiply.
And
You
it
can't
even
stop
said it.
multiplying.
It even said it. It said the more they put burdens on them,
Right.
the more they grew.
And the same thing's happening today.
Yep.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And-
Well, not to cut you off, but number one, the leader of 2025 is baby deletion.
Yeah.
Amongst the
But
so-called
yeah,
black woman.
yeah,
And yet still,
Right.
the population continues to increase.
Right. So it's happening all over again, especially, and it's primarily the men of the nation of Israel.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because let's face it, the men get caught up in more of Esau's traps and snares and nets than the women do. Not that the women don't, but just look at the prison, the crime, the various different things. It really, the higher percentage is the Israelite man. Which, matter of fact, this second verse goes into that. I want to read it in the NLT.
Yep.
It says, "The wicked arrogantly hunt down the poor.
Yep.
Let them be caught in the evil they plan for others." So this is evil that is planned for Jake, and this is, like the scripture says,
Yeah,
there's
that's,
nothing new under the
first
sun.
chapter, NLT.
What Esau did in times past, he's doing it again. And
Yep.
he's even trying to do it more so.
Yep.
The thing is, our people don't understand, that the Edomites are back in power, and
Facts.
they have their same evil, wicked plans back in play, coming back, into that power seat position, like we said, coming from the Roman Empire to what we see today.
Because Jake can't put two and two together.
Right.
And they can't piece it together because how Esau pretty much mapped everything out.
Yep.
Esau pretty much tried to make it seem like society came from the Greek and Roman Empire. And pretty much everything before then was just
Right.
millions of
Like,
years
there was
ago.
past the Edomite rule, there was
was
nothing.
nothing.
No other people
That was
was
millions.
Yep.
It was so
Yeah,
primitive.
Right.
The Babylonian Empire was millions.
A lot of people don't even
Yeah.
know that the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs, were even in power.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Esau really tries to filter that out, especially when you get into the where Esau was in subjection under Jake in the Dark Ages. That is
Oh,
really
no.
something
That's
Esau
not coming
just
out.
Right.
disappeared.
He
That
brought
was
that
a
out,
long
too.
era. We're talking about
Right.
1,000 years.
That's millions. That was
Come on, man.
Esau said that's
Millions of
millions
years ago.
The Assyrian Empire was billions of years ago. And then when they show it to you, they're damn Edomites. They look like Edomites. You don't see, they might show an Ethiopian that might be half some dark skin. I remember that old Rugrat episode when they had the Passover.
Rugrats?
Yeah, they had a Passover.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would suggest bros watch that. And they showed the whole Moses thing and all that.
Man.
And they only had one so-called black person, and it was an Ethiopian. And it's funny as hell, man. I went back and watched. I said, wow, they put that shit, But everything they paint prior to the Roman Empire is so-called white.
Yeah.
King David, King Solomon, etc. Man.
Right.
But so that's what Esau wants you to think about. Everything was so-called white, and then here it is. You just came on the scene, barbaric savages that needed Christianity to become civilized.
Right.
And that's all a lie. Now, the truth to us, we're putting the pieces together, and now things are starting to make sense. That puzzle that Esau tried to scribble up, that maze, he tried to confuse.
Mm-hmm.
That's why America is known as Babylon the Great. Great confusion. Well, who made the confusion? The so-called white man.
Yeah.
And now the truth is on the scene. What does he do? He's coming down with great wrath because he has to control the narrative because it's slipping. And a lot of people are seeing that. Oh man, this man isn't the man he says he is.
Yep.
You got it.
It says, verse 3.
Hold on, these niggas, they might be right. These niggas might. What if they're Israelites? What if we do have to pay back for what we did?
There ain't enough turmoil yet for them to come to that recollection. You know, it's got you got to be. These people going to be starving in the streets. Damn near dying. Completely. Your brain is shutting off different organs and functions to try to survive before they're going to come to the recollection like, what's God's right?
Because see the so-called white man, the ordinary so-called white man, he's every once in a while he's been exposed. He would get called out, but now the elite is getting called out. But ultimately, Amalek is being exposed. The people that have moved themselves in the land of Israel, that's called themselves the true children of that land, they're being exposed.
Right.
And they're being made to be fraudulent.
Right.
And now everybody's putting two and two together. Hold on.
Yep.
The Bible does say the Israelites would be in poor, powerless, and now people are putting two and two together.
Yep.
But really, in all actuality, they don't want to see it because, hey, it goes back to what Esau knows is a punishment, a great punishment. You got it?
It says, Psalms 10:3 in the NLT, it says, for they brag about their evil desires, they praise the greedy and curse the Lord. And we see that going on on an all-time high level right now with, Donald Trump, the various different policies that are pushed out. Hey, what's going on around the world?
Yep.
The devil's, he's showing himself, man. He's showing his horns sharp, He's
what's that joint? Damn, I forgot. You got it.
Yeah, he's showing you who he is, man. He there's no end in sight. He ain't looking back, man.
Right.
He's like, we're going all the way forward.
Yeah, it ain't going back to prior 2020.
Right.
Hell no.
Yeah, it's over with now.
Right. It says, the wicked are, let's go back to the KJV, verse 4. It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thought.
Yeah, because they don't even use the Bible. And now Netanyahu tried it. He tried to justify bombing, murder.
Yeah.
But even when you break that down, it didn't go together.
Yeah, in God we trust. See, Esau plays off of words because the words have many meanings. Esau knows that.
In the English.
Yeah. So Esau can say, well, in God we trust, in God we trust. And then the majority of the people, he's talking about the God of the Bible, right? But nah, he ain't talking about that, man. There's many gods out there.
Right.
He'll do things that are completely contrary to the Bible, and meanwhile, while he's saying in God we trust, he'll swear on the Bible.
Yep.
And that's against the scriptures. He pushes, all these philosophies and these behaviors that are against the Holy Scriptures, but he'll say in God we trust. Make that make sense. And that's the one thing with the thing going on with Iran. Basically, Esau wants the shit that how Babylon is to be over there, women's liberation, you can be a Mo,
Men don't even have to follow a certain way.
Right.
A structure or have discipline.
Yeah.
They could just grow up, they love pleasure.
Yeah.
But you can't rule a kingdom like that because we ultimately know men are born to be leaders and keep things in order.
Right.
So if the men are bugged out and out of order, the whole society goes to shit.
Yep.
Because we all know women ain't not gonna do nothing goddamn. Women are not fighters, they're not warriors. They have the bone to murder, to go to war. That's men. So if the society is basically in disarray, and men are just out there doing what the hell they want, that's very dangerous, man. Yeah. It's like you see in America. That's why America's dangerous, because you have a lot of men that have no discipline, have no structure, it's out of order. And that's why you have a bunch of crime, death, and bloodshed on the streets of America. Why? Because the men are bugged out here. You got it?
That was it on that.
And then the rehabilitation, which they call prison, the justice system, it doesn't put you in it to rehabilitate you or make you better or make
like
you stop the crime. Yeah, it puts you in it to make you worse.
Yeah. The pharmacies and the prisons, they kind of work hand in hand.
Yeah.
The same doctrine, you know.
Both is drugs.
We're not going to cure you. We want to help you.
Yeah.
We need you to come back. We need you to bring more people over.
We need you to hurt more people too.
Stay here a while.
Yeah.
You know, might die fucking with us.
That's real.
That's real.
You know, and you know, because like the wine of Babylon is very, very strong. That's why you have those particular people in Iran and some of them Arab places actually for what Esau is trying to push upon those lands with liberation and rise up against your leaders and your, you know, be for the ways of Babylon the Great.
I don't know if it was right. I don't know if it's true. It popped up on my timeline. It's a chick they got in Venezuela that's like, I think I can't didn't read it, but it's long story short, I think she basically said, I think she has like a high position, and she basically for Trump. Some shit like, damn, are they ready to put this bitch in a place?
That fled to Russia?
I'm not sure.
Second in command or something?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you talking about the one in Venezuela?
Yeah,
She was she was the vice president, right?
Yeah, she
the
was
vice
second in
president.
command, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all set up.
Yeah,
you know,
that shit was, man,
all
come
set
on,
up.
bro. Now it's coming out that they use some like high level technology to get the Venezuelan president, but come on now, Esau's not just going off of some weapon to be the facilitation of him getting this completely objective.
Right.
There's a lot that goes before that and the lead up to building. He needs to infiltrate first. He needs the inside scoop. He needs people to act like they're on the opposition, but really they're, you know, not on the opposition. Right. You know, so man, it's all theater.
Yeah. There's a bunch of mess going on. That, again, Esau is stirring up. Talking about he's going to Greenland, NATO, and EU, war.
Right.
You know, they're not in cahoots. Man.
Right.
So it's a lot of disturbances out here.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be out your mind to believe that 2026 is going to be a great year for the American people.
Right.
You know.
This Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5, it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death.
That's what Esau, that's his thing. He comes over with philosophies, and he comes with another solution. But really, you understand, once you put your John Hancock on the paperwork, really, you sealed the deal, and the whole time, his whole avenue was a sword. So if you don't buy by rules, I'm coming with a sword.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's him enlarging his desire. You know, he can't stay at home, man. Yeah. You know,
he's everywhere.
He's in your land, no matter how big or small. Hey, man, eventually he's gonna come knocking on your door, man. You know, now we got to take over Greenland. You know, nope. Sorry.
And Cuba thought they was off the hook, bro.
Better off with it. If we don't take it, Russia's gonna take it.
Right. Or China.
Or China's gonna take it.
Right.
You know, what type of, imagine if we dictated our life on the basis of that.
Yeah.
Well, you robbed, stole, you're free, don't us.
Right.
You can steal it. Well, if I didn't steal it, somebody else is gonna steal it.
Right.
You know? Hey, I'm gonna keep reading.
That's a fugitive.
I'm gonna keep reading. It says, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied.
Yeah, because once he come around, best believe all chaos is gonna be.
Yeah. And these nations they're coming to that realization. Like, man, we did everything you told us. We did the agreement. We crossed our I's, dotted our T's. You told us to do this, we did that. Now you want
we
more.
even overlooked certain things you did.
Yeah, and now you're making us look bad. Like, shit, what did Tyrese say? What do you want?
Right. What do you want from me?
That's
was
how
it
he-
R. Kelly?
yeah,
R.
yeah.
Kelly said that too.
Right. So
Yeah.
these nations are at the point of like, you know how when a man gets emotional, he's willing to start to do
Yeah.
some shit that ultimately can get him fucked up.
Yep.
So at
Yep.
this point, these nations are like, fuck it, man. We about to come against this bitch.
Yep.
You know what I'm
they're having
saying?
conversations too.
Right.
You know, when Denmark said it first that they will have Greenland's back. And
Right.
I think Germany,
And France, Germany, yeah.
So they all like, yo, we got to do something.
Right.
This demon, he's ridiculous. Now they know on paper that America has
Right.
the strongest military, but they're looking at it like, well, if we all come together, which is all prophecy. Well, we all come
Yeah.
together, and we do what we got to do. How can America stop us?
And it goes into that division of Esau and Edom.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Which
Yeah.
goes right into Revelation 17
17,
chapter.
you know.
You got
You know?
dog, NATO, the whore,
Right.
the beast. They're not thinking as one.
Yep.
And that's why ultimately it's going to lead to that World War III. And that's why ultimately Esau has to bring that new digital form of currency. Because it's to the point where these nations are dumping the dollar.
Yep.
It's obsolete. That's why everything is inflating here. That's why everything is high. Because the other nations, the other countries are figuring out that the so-called white man is the devil.
Yep.
You know?
And if I can say too, you can tell that the decline and that it probably already crashed before because the elders are going into quantum easing. It was basically kicking the can down the road and printing out paper money just to hold the economy together.
Yeah.
And so now that things are turning, you see how fast silver is growing,
Yep.
going up, and then
Right.
gold is going up, and then the dollar is declining.
That shows you that the dollar is on its last.
Yep.
on its last
And
leg.
when silver starts going up and up and up
Not
and
even
up,
gold.
then that
Yeah.
means like guess what? The dollar is going down
Yeah.
further and further and
Yep.
it's about to collapse. And soon Esau is gonna be on some shit where like, hey, if you got gold or silver, it's mine now.
Yeah,
And start
yeah.
going door to door,
Yep.
especially
Yep.
if you have a lot.
Yep.
You know, especially if you got it in banks and safe deposit
Oh, yeah.
box.
Oh, it's
Go
a
in
wrap.
there. Oh, I just want to go get my silver and my gold. Well, going through a change.
It's
you
not
know.
here anymore.
Come back on Friday. You go there Friday. Come back on Thursday. You know, because Esau's gathering it all up.
Yep.
You know?
Is that a question why them banks are getting hit?
Yep.
I was looking at, certain people money are just disappearing out
Yeah, out of their accounts.
Yep.
And Esau's been doing that. Esau's been doing that for a long time. Not on the level like you're talking
no.
about now. You know what I'm saying? But on a side note, Esau's been taking and deducting from people's bank
Hell
accounts. But he
yeah.
does it in small.
Yep.
Think about it, you got 1,000 banks, 2,000 banks. You know what I'm saying?
Take a
And
penny
in
out of
those
everybody's
banks, you
account.
got like 10,000 different people that
Yep.
bank in your that one particular bank added to the 1,000 other banks. Say if you just took $1 or 50 cents, we'll go something like 50 cents a day from each account. Imagine how many millions, damn near
somebody did
billions
that.
of dollars you have every single day, and it goes unnoticeable. Nobody's looking at your account like, wait a minute,
Right.
50 cents is going
Right.
on my shit.
Well, somebody
Especially in
did that.
today's day where everybody has shit
know.
that automatically comes
I
off,
know.
or it might have been old Netflix account.
They got
shit.
me. They
Yeah.
got
You know what I'm
me.
saying?
Yeah.
So, somebody go ahead.
No,
What you
somebody
gonna
did
say?
that back in the 90s. They took a penny out of everybody's account. They
Yeah,
got a penny or two.
yeah, I remember
that.
Right.
But he started getting greedy, and I really
They went
believe
too
the
far
elites were
with it.
behind it.
Yeah.
You know, they had to be behind it. It's like a casino. If you go into somebody's casino who owns that privately, you ain't finna outdo him.
Right.
You're not finna just be, oh yeah, we counting the cards. No, this man run. He got algorithms.
Right.
Algorithms been
Right.
around for a long time.
Right.
You know, they know like this machine is not gonna hit only but once every 6 months.
You can't beat the house.
Can't beat the house.
Nope.
Just like putting the money in the bank, trust man, it's all numbers. They just put it in the system. They don't physically have that money in the bank.
Hey, that's a good point.
No. Anybody that cash a check or got a check and try to cash it, put in your deposit, you give them the money. Or how is it?
They give you a receipt.
Yeah,
You give them the money, they give you a deposit slip.
The money's sitting right there.
Yeah.
And then they can give you a receipt. All right,
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Right.
You got hold it. You're not going to put
Right,
the money in
right,
there
right.
first.
Right.
That's to let you know it's all about.
And they're only
numbers.
required to hold a certain percentage of money in the bank,
Yep.
according to all the amount of money that people have so-called in that bank. They're only required to hold like, what is it, like 30%?
Yeah, that's why.
20%? It might be less than that.
That's why you can't get more than 10,000
Yeah.
out
Yep,
there.
yep. And you got to call ahead of time. You tell
Yeah,
them.
ahead of time,
Yeah.
because they have to
Yeah.
actually ship that money over, so you want to say you got $1 million in the
Yeah.
bank, you want to withdraw 200,000. Well, hey, you got to give us some time, give us
I
some
don't
days
think
for
anybody
that.
can have that much,
Right.
That don't even sound like a real number. That goes, you're dealing with a different type of bank if you got that money. So we all know what is it? The taxes hit different on that and the money like that.
Yeah, that's why they made special things for
Yeah.
multi-millionaires.
Yep.
You know?
And he's gonna get a multi-millionaire. He's not in Bank of America.
If he is, they're going to walk through the back.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
It says, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? How long? And to him that layeth himself with thick clay.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, this man's a hypocrite, man. You know, here it is. He's in an all-time high debt. You know, upon the earth, but he's still taking.
Yep.
Now you owe us. Now you're gonna have to come through us if you want. We'll handle the oil.
Yep.
Don't worry. It's
We'll
in
distribute
good
it
hands.
out.
We'll distribute it out. It will be going to the people of Venezuela. And they're really pushing this narrative, and people are sitting back
They're
like,
gonna be fair.
we're gonna be
Dish it
fair
out
with
early.
distribution.
Dish it out for all. You know they love that word. All the people.
Right.
Right.
You get a check.
Right.
You get a
You
call.
get- right.
We're just gonna disperse it out. Yeah, all right, okay.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds good on paper, but we know what's about to happen. War's about to break out. See, when war breaks out, catastrophe happens. Oh my God! Well, we can't just. What are you gonna do with it now?
Right.
You can't use this.
And you gotta remember, for you to be a bully on the earth, you need basically fuel power and sources to
Yep.
keep those
The resources.
what you call it, the military power
Yeah.
going.
Yep.
You need
Oh,
gold, you
that's a
need
fact.
silver, you need oil,
Yep.
you need gas,
Yep.
you need exchangeable to keep them things going. You need, and then when you're more so over a different territory, you need to put more
Bases.
military
Yep.
bases in place. So basically, you need more. You need boats to run. You need the
Yeah.
submarines. You need the what is it? The space,
Right.
the airspace.
Right. Oh, the process. Oh, see,
Yeah.
see, we're getting this oil together so we
Yeah.
can give it back to you people. Meanwhile, in that process, that 6, 7, 10-year long process, we done brought a whole lot of shit over and set up
Yeah.
a whole lot of military infrastructure.
We done open it. Well, we're trying to put a military base in Iran.
Right.
next to Israel.
Right. So now the time when you want to come get your check.
So basically, it seemed like if you let them have their way, they want to put the whole Iran gonna be a military
Right.
base for Israel.
Yep.
And that's gonna be a powerhouse of the East.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on.
So when it comes time for you to get you Venezuelans to get y'all's check, you know, down the line, well, hey, we just say freeze, put your hands behind your goddamn back.
Yeah.
You know?
Cause what is it? Yeah, America has the biggest, basically the best military. Well, they're trying to get that. They're trying to have another version like that in the Middle East.
You know, right now you're seeing war tactics take place. You know, the nations are strategically trying to get them the vantage point, trying to get in the best position for, you know, all-out war to take place.
And,
you know?
and when you like in ancient Rome, they stretched out the military too thin.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's what Esau did. He's stretching everything out too
Yep.
thin.
Right.
Because that's a lot of base to cover.
Yeah, it is.
If you're trying to have your military here in America, and that takes a wide source of resources, is that. And you're trying to just stretch out your military resources across abroad,
Right.
well, you need resources for that.
Yep.
That's why the so-called white man has to go in these lands
Yep.
and take it, consume it, and break the people down. And eventually the death rate goes to the gold, coal mines.
Yeah, 'cause that's what really it's all the strength of his greed. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
and
it.
ever being satisfied. Because really, technically, he don't have to stretch his military out like that for a
Right.
war standpoint. Because it's like the scripture speaks about. It should be that third woe should be a burning fuel of
Yep.
fire. It's not going to be fought like the ancient battles.
Right.
Which would make sense to. Well, we got to be over here. Let's strategically get here because. You know, let's face it, it's gonna be these nukes are gonna be shot out.
And look at the robot technology. That needs fuel. What fuels it? Resources. So this man has
Yeah,
to be.
lithium.
Lithium, I was just thinking that.
He has to be.
Titanium, lithium, all that.
So in order to keep with these resources inactive, they need a military force and power
Yeah.
to make sure these people continue on giving them
Right.
the resources.
Silver is another one.
There was
Yeah.
another one. And the problem with that is you eventually are going to cross your allies when you do that.
Man, what?
And then your allies going to be
People
looking at
wanna
you
get burned
sideways.
out.
Yeah.
Because remember when Esau set up the gold mines and the coal mine with so-called Native Americans, they started dropping dead.
Yep.
And with the so-called Taínos and the Arawak and the
Yeah.
Mayans, man.
Yep.
They said they enslaved them. And to the point, some would try to fight back, they were too weak. That's what this man is doing. People are getting tired of this devil, man. And it's who? Amalek.
Yep. And then,
What is it? The least of the flock.
Least of the flock.
Because ultimately, Amalek want a military base.
Yep.
They want to be the powerhouse.
Yep.
That's what Netanyahu said. Oh, it's going to come a time.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna
Attract billions of dollars from America. I wonder why.
Right.
Is that why you want Iran? Is that why you in Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and them places setting up bases, man? Oh, they got weapons of mass destruction. And here it is. They got troops going all over there.
Yep.
You got it?
I got an AI overview. It says the U.S. military. I put in. Let me say that first before I get ahead of myself. Total number of USA military occupations in the world. AI overview says.
I remember what is it? Embassies was high back in the day. You got it
Now, right? It says the U.S. military has personnel in about 170 to 180 countries and territories operating.
How many countries is it in all?
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah.
You look that up for me, bro?
Yeah, look it up real quick.
And then,
how many countries are there in the world? God damn.
It says.
Damn, there ain't too many left.
Shit.
I know, right?
Fuck.
It says operating over 750 bases with the focus on deterrence and security, not large-scale occupations as opposed to World War II. They starting to cap for U.S., but it's all about control. But they have 750 occupations in across 170 to 180 countries.
God damn.
And how many total?
So that, how much? Ask AI. How much is it to run a base?
Damn.
God damn, that's almost everybody.
Hold on. Let me double check that. Damn.
Hold on. What is it? There's 195 countries in the world.
195 countries.
And how much? And how
damn.
much does
Hold on, read
America?
that again.
Damn. So
That's
hey,
all you mean.
that lets you know right there. And ask AI, how much does it roughly cost to run a
One
military base?
okay.
So they're occupied in 100. They have. Can you read that? After you look that up, read that again.
Which one?
The one about the 180 countries in
Yep.
America.
I'm gonna read that first, and then I'll
Right. You said there's 195 countries on Earth.
Yep.
Okay.
The U.S. military has personnel in about 170 to 180 countries and territories, operating over 750 bases.
So that's crazy. Ask how many bases, how many countries does America have a base in? Put that in there
Yep.
and see what
How many
comes up.
countries does America have a base in?
Yeah, like an embassy or I guess like an embassy or a base.
Okay, and I'm gonna look at how much on average. How much on average does it cost?
That takes.
I got Psalms 37.
That takes a lot of resources, man. And that's what I'm saying. You got to think about it. Look how much it costs to run just a house, your personal house.
Right.
And how much more a base, a military, war power, might. Yeah, man, this man is a devil, man.
He is.
And that's what I'm saying. This man rules with the sword. Go ahead.
There's no single average cost to run a military base, as expenses vary widely by size, location, and mission. But base operations support (BOS) alone costs the DoD around $25 billion annually, as of 2016, for services like housing, utilities, and maintenance. While major facilities require billions in upkeep, with significant portions of military budget, like billions for maintenance, tied to infrastructure. Now, going back to the scripture that the brother Mattathiah read in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, that explains that debt.
Yep.
You know, that adds to that debt that he's in, because he's also sending money to the tiny tots.
And remember, and let's go into the money where he gets from prison systems, the tax, the dirty money. That's what I'm saying. This nigga, and look at the money that's not being traced.
Hey, and also the money that he's stolen from Jake.
Hell yeah.
Because right now he's technically not indebted to that, but once Jake is back in power, now you're indebted to the money you stole. Hey, we were putting power down. We want our shit back. You know what I'm saying? So now you're indebted to Jake when he gets in rulership. It's like it speaks about Isaiah 60th chapter. They're going to return everything. There's other nations as well that they stole from Jake.
Every nation has a hand.
Right. I got a precept going along with that. Did you find out how many are?
I how you want it to be worded?
How many embassies or embassies or bases that America has, or how many countries does America have an embassy in?
Okay. Yeah, it's right there. I didn't even see that. Go ahead and read.
It says the U.S. operates over 750 military bases in more than 80 countries. The exact number fluctuating, but generally around 750 overseas.
Yes, so 80 countries out of 195 countries, America has a form of military.
But we read it was 170 to 180 with the other AI
Right.
overview. So they were just saying even having personnel
Yeah.
is almost like having
Yeah.
You're right.
a base.
Right.
Because military, because Esau's military is everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
I got a precept.
Got it.
This is Psalms 37 and 35. It says, I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Let me read that NLT. It says, I have seen wicked and ruthless people flourishing like a tree in its native soil. Back in the KJV, it says, verse 36, yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found.
And if I could say too, what is his strategy? Is to do a great reset and bring in a new world order, because he's like, well, shit, we just keep stealing shit and heap more people to ourselves, then we'll usher in this one world order, new world order, one currency, etc., to get us out of this, this situation.
Wow, you gotta trim that shit.
Yeah, you got to trick. Yeah,
There's a word for that.
Shit.
Yeah, people use that for like, people use those type of bushes and trees for like a covering.
Yeah, the
covering
cover,
cast, like a coverage. You put that in front of you, can set up a fence.
Yeah, like hedges.
Yeah, like a hedge. There you go. You put a couple of those. See, you
yeah.
put a couple of those in front of your house. Those join together. If you put like a whole row of them, and they're small now, but once they get big, those branches intertwine. It becomes like a fort.
Like a fort.
Like a fort. I'm gonna skip up a little bit in verse 30. It says, the mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. It says, the law of his power is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him.
And that's why Esau wants his military to be big.
Yep.
So his might, his power will come from his strength, his home. And if you don't abide by his rules, he will wage war with you.
Yep.
That's why ultimately the end goal is what? The MOTB.
Yep.
Because if you buck up against the system, he can just cut you off. Ultimately, just put you to death. Yeah, this man's not working. This man, how he rules, and he just basically he's like, and like the scripture said, if the Lord didn't shorten the time, no man, no flesh will be saved.
Yeah.
Man's the fucking pest. He's a cancer of the earth.
He don't care how many he delete.
Nope.
He's trying to get that. He's trying to complete his mission.
It's like they always demonize Jake shooting up and shooting innocent bystanders. Well, when the so-called white man wage war on another nation, it's many bystanders.
Right.
It's women and kids. Remember Scarface said, "I don't kill women and
Right.
kids." Well, Esau playing. He don't give a
He
damn
don't give a
about women and kids.
Drop the bomb on the school, the hospital. Won't give a damn who.
That puts him at an advantage. That puts him at an advantage because the individual that is not willing, no women and children. He has a parameter.
Yeah, some type of
restriction.
Yeah.
The man with no restrictions, you gotta watch out for.
Yeah.
him.
Boundaries.
He's shooting into the crowd.
Yep.
He said, "Fucking kill them all."
Yep.
I know some innocent people are in there.
Yeah.
We gotta get. There's a high level warlord in this town, this city.
Yeah.
Missile strike the
Scarface.
whole goddamn town.
Yeah.
Like Esau does with these drone attacks, trying to get. We got him. We got the high level leader of this particular country for war crimes, so to speak. But there was 1,000 casualties.
And we're talking about war. That's not talking about the starvation. Let's not talk about the pestilence,
Right.
the oppression,
Right.
The crimes, the drugs, the dark shit that you do. The so-called the human trafficking, the abduction, kidnapping. Let's not talk about that. How many kids go missing? How many people go missing? This man, the so-called white man, is a devil, man. Our people still haven't woken up to the fact that he is. He's our enemy.
Esau talks about how many protesters are dying in Iran, which are inflating the numbers. That's astounding. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
But
yeah.
meanwhile, he's doing all types of wickedness. People go missing, in high volume. We're talking about, let's just deal with the kids. Kids
Right.
go missing in high
Right.
volume in America. Just, as a matter of fact, do another search. How many kids go missing in America each year? It's in the millions,
up
bro.
in North Carolina,
He's talking,
yeah.
Trump's talking.
It's
If
a
you,
huge.
if they shoot them protesters like Iran likes to do, we're gonna hit them hard.
Hey, you know, it's funny.
Let them handle their own country, bro.
Yeah.
Like you gotta step in.
But let you know, Esau wants to be the police of the earth.
Right.
Here it is, all the problems here in America, which people are waking up to. Why you worrying about another country, man?
Right.
Yeah, because like what they just did with Venezuela, they're getting a lot of kickback on that, so they're trying to, deflect.
Yeah.
So now it's, we don't like what you're doing in your land, and we gotta intervene. But hold on, wait a minute. This is their land that they're
Their
doing
land.
their things in.
Yep.
Here it is. You're doing shit in other people's lands, and you don't think any nation should have a problem with it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, what are we really talking about? What's going on?
No.
You know?
When is the nation going to get the so-called white man and round them up and go to the charge them according to this system in the name of Allah? Or something
Right.
like
Oh,
that.
hey, well, I'm glad you said that. I'm going to keep reading 33 and 34 in the NLT, Psalms 37. It says, but the Lord will not let the wicked succeed or let the godly be condemned when they are put on trial.
Let's go.
Put your hope in the Lord. Travel steadily along his path. What is that path? That narrow path? You know what I'm saying? That path that ultimately leads to salvation.
That's right.
The straight and narrow. It
Because
says,
ultimately we're going to be the one that's going to give them judgment. Yahweh, someone
right, John.
And we're going to, the ultimate judgment is going to be in slavery.
Yep.
And we're going to enact those judgments upon the so-called white man. Got it?
It says, travel steadily along his path. He will honor you by giving you the land. You will see the wicked destroyed. Like you was going into earlier when we were talking about the beginning of camp. Yeah, you will see the reward of the wicked. I'm going to read that again. It says, he will honor you by giving you the land. What is that? Yeah. What is the land? What land are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? If you ask the Christian, they were like, the whole earth, the kingdom. Well, essentially the kingdom would be right, but you know what I'm saying? That land is our land, the land of Israel, man. Which imposters are on our land right now, which further proves that those people in the land are not the real Israelites. They got a military.
You ask anybody, hey, they got a defense system.
They got a dome. What do they call it? The Iron Dome.
Dome.
Come on, where's that in the scriptures, man?
Where's the Lord?
Lord's going to give you an iron
come
dome
on.
to defend and to protect yourself. But you're still going to be under the curses, though.
Yeah, come on.
Imagine being under the curses in captivity with the military. You know what I'm
need
saying?
redemption.
What type of curse is that? It says, he will honor you by giving you the land. You will see the wicked destroyed. So soon, hey, what's that scripture you always like to bring out? A man that gets to see the destruction and downfall of his
Sirach
enemies.
25.
Yeah, somebody
25, yep.
get
I
that
think
too.
it's Sirach 25, so I think.
And that's
Man,
what
didn't see the fall of his enemy.
yeah.
The greater joy.
Right.
Yep.
Because that's what we're looking forward to, man.
That's right.
The
The fall of Babylon.
because this ain't living, man. And really, being in this wisdom, knowledge, and truth. That's essentially what we live for. It's truth. The gospel, with Yahweh Shai. Ultimately, that we can make it to the end and be able to witness the destruction of one another. You know what I'm saying?
And being in this condition, pretty much lets us know we need redeeming. And that's how we know we can put two and two together and show the world and tell the world that, hey, the people that thought themselves to use, they're not it. Because they just got too much power. Well, shit, they got America behind them.
Yep.
Who the hell the so-called blacks and Latinos got?
Right.
Hey, they show you that the so-called Hispanics ain't got nobody. They was able to go in the country and get them. They haven't even did that to China. They haven't even did that to Russia.
Good point.
That's a good
That
point.
proves-
Those are things. Those are
Hey, in 60 seconds or less.
Yeah. Gone in 60 seconds.
Gone in 60 seconds. That nigga should be on the front of the cover, bro.
Hey.
They had him in New York like
In a
this
Nike suit.
with his woman.
Before he
Damn.
could
Took
even
him in
get
his bitch.
Talking about Happy New Year to everybody. With it.
quick and in a hurry. Donald Trump said, no U.S. casualties,
Yeah.
nobody got shot, nobody got punched, crushed, no bruises.
I can't say the same for them. I can't say the same for them.
Yeah, now we know Esau was blessed with the sword, and you just believe he has some high level technology. But man, come on, bro, shit, something should have happened, bro. You ain't even running up on the blood to the Crips without some type of skirmishes or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
And he talking shit against Cuba. So he basically, the so-called white man has Latin America in his back pocket to do whatever he wants, man. You know? He ain't talking about, we're coming from Mexico next, we're coming from Colombia. So that let you know right there. The so-called white man he got you so-called Hispanics. So where's your military? You know?
Yeah. They going through these Latin countries with Jeezy music playing in the background.
They playing Tupac right. Again, they're not going to them other countries. They're not going to China, North Korea, or Russia like that. You know?
Yeah.
Because they know, hey, they're going to have to. He's going to have to just get nasty.
Right. Yeah, Venezuela's military is like like a militia, bro.
That shit ain't no fucking military. Those just men that just sign up.
Right.
That's mediocre. Yeah.
Couple AKs, a couple grenades,
Right.
old joints.
You can pay them off and make them sell out.
Right.
Here, $1,000
And
US.
the only reason they, have what they had is because America set them up and various other nations allowed it to be, allowed it to be so. So to speak, for their interest in that particular,
the resources
part of the earth, right? You found that Hamayan?
AI overview with the children missing, or you talking about?
Not the precept.
Yep.
I forgot what I called it.
Rock
Yeah,
25/7.
No, that's a lot. Yeah.
The water.
The book of the Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 7 says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy.
Yeah, to be happy. How can you be happy when you got a nation ruling over you, man? Always looking down your throat, standing over you. I know y'all done had a job where you just got that manager.
Like I did get a warehouse job. You have it.
You doing your work. All of a sudden you feel like got that feeling.
Or corporate. You got the pubes.
Sitting right over your shoulder.
Said,
Like, bro, nigga, fuck off.
right.
Fuck.
Yeah, what's that movie, Office Space? I'm gonna need those reports.
Yeah.
That's Esau for you, man. He's always just looking.
Right.
What are you doing?
Watching over you. Go ahead, bro.
And they say corporate is kind of like what? Most mental?
Yeah, a lot
Especially
of people
for so-called
delete-
Black America,
Yep.
man.
Yeah, I work, man. I hated corporate world, man. I hated it. I got fired.
It's very draining for so-called blacks.
Right.
For our people,
Yeah,
basically.
It is.
This
We
ain't-
don't fit in.
This
We don't
is
belong.
not life. This is not the way a human being is supposed to live.
Right,
Even,
at all.
Yeah, even like the other nations,
Yep.
we really haven't experienced like life in its fullest.
That's real.
It's an old man at my job at the plantation. He basically working just to pay his house taxes, man. What kind of living is that?
Yeah.
Man?
that's not
People are have degrees and work 2-3 jobs,
Hell
living
yeah.
out of their cars,
Right.
living out of extended stays, living out of hotels.
Homeless.
People make $100 grand a year that are living check to check.
Yep.
Here it is. You didn't, as a kid, your goal was to go to college, get a good job, and make $100 grand a year. I did it.
Right.
Here it is. You got there, and you said,
Ain't enough.
"What the fuck happened?"
Yep.
I wasted all this time.
Yeah, they didn't fraction in the years down the line, inflation and all these various different things that would be in the mix.
And then the kids, you really can't. You're not raising your kids or grooming them up to be anything in society. The one thing for certain, your society doesn't even want your kids to be anything, And then you have your woman. Well, she's not your woman. She's basically just a garbage disposal. And again, she can turn on you at any
Ain't
time.
home.
No. So how are men happy?
Yeah, it can't be. He saw that little whisper in here once again, like the serpent.
Yeah.
He saw that.
Yep. And another thing too, you can't be a man here.
Right.
Because a man can literally disrespect the shit out of you in America. And
We
if you
saw
do
that.
something-
We saw that.
Yeah, we just saw that.
Good
man.
example of that. And I think it'd be like, what?
And everybody look at you like, so?
Right.
It's just words.
Right.
Everybody's doing it.
But let you disrespect the officer.
Right.
Or let you go in the courtroom and disrespect
Not
the
stand
judge.
up when the judge walks
Come
in.
on, man. If you don't say your honor
Right.
or acknowledge
To
him,
hold you in contempt.
he's ready to fucking lock your ass up,
Oh
man.
yeah. Can I break it down right quick?
Let you tell the judge suck my dick.
Right.
Or say fuck you. You just a man. You know, say just a man.
Right.
Bah!
Or just
Lock him up.
or just say yeah instead of yes. Yes,
know.
Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Come on,
Just
man.
say yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That was, you know, if you had a strict father,
Yeah.
you couldn't even answer your father like that.
Right.
Hell, yeah, man.
Yeah, you know, just say some casual term. You
What?
know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You
Right.
could have been what?
Right.
Right.
Huh?
Knock the shit smack that.
I remember my grandfather, he was living, and he said something to me. I said, what? Man, that man, all I know, I was just running out. All that.
Speed.
I knew I fucked up. I seen his whole body. He said, what? I said, oh, no, I fucked up. I said, oh, I fucked up.
Yeah.
All that, man. You know? But again, the fact that Esau has a society turned the way it is, you know, basically everybody can use these words, man. And even when you go back to the ancient times, man, yo, you could die real easily, man. Off of disrespect, you got it.
Yeah, it's a one of the bros just posted an article. It says ICE is now sweeping up Native Americans in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And it says basically the tribal leaders are saying our citizenship is not negotiable. But the point of that is going back to the scripture about to see your enemies go down. We're supposed to be happy.
Yep.
That word happy goes back to blessed.
Yep.
Like to know who our enemies are, to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, to know that our kingdom is getting ready to be ushered in.
Yep.
Yo, bros is hype.
How do you know who your enemy is to even look for him to
Yep.
see if he's
Exactly.
going down?
And that goes with your heritage,
Right.
Anton.
Exactly.
That goes with knowing history.
Yep.
To know who your enemy is.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you don't know who your enemy is, you can't see him.
You can't see them. And you're not going to be happy about these times because you thinking these are bad times, but these are great times
Yeah,
to
you
be
clubbing.
alive.
Right.
Yeah, you clubbing, you know, you in la la land, you're chasing pleasure, but not understanding, you know, we're living in a time where we're about to see the so-called white man get
His
just due.
ass handed to him, man.
You know, you got them starving, you got them suffering, you got them in anguish. That's to make us happy, man. Because when the fuck did they care when we was in that predicament? We're still in that predicament.
Right.
We never been restored as a nation.
Man,
You know?
if you grew up in the still out there, bro, if you grew up in the '60s and you seen the atrocities or how Jake was getting their ass handed to him during the civil rights
The 70s.
era in the '70s, and you still living, and you have a problem with what's going on, you're supposed to be like, if you was really on that shit, you're supposed to be like, yeah,
You're
these
supposed to be
niggas-
having more of a
you're supposed to be,
zeal.
yeah, even if you don't have this truth,
Right,
you're supposed to
right.
be like, yo, fuck this crap.
Right.
That's how you supposed to be thinking.
Up north was
Bare
fucked
minimum.
up, and even more down south.
Yep.
Got it? Your ass can still get hung then. Ain't nothing, and we still got sundown towns.
Yep.
The fuck, ain't nothing changed. Everybody knows that it's sundown towns in Florida.
Yep.
A cracker is straight out racist in Florida, man. Everywhere, but you know, they try to play covert. But hey, they're blatantly showing it in Florida, you know?
Yeah, but now they rolling through. They ain't rolling through with the horses with the
Right.
bands
Right.
and coming through.
They don't have that true country accent like back in the day. What you doing, boy?
Right. Showing you niggas that we here going door to door, ripping you out of your homes,
Yep.
hanging you on the trees, cash racking, taking pictures with the dead bodies, taking
Yep.
your women, your kids.
So-called
Yeah.
white militia
Yeah,
coming in and burn your
Yeah,
house.
yeah, yeah. So they're doing it. How are they doing it nowadays? How are they doing it with a badge, a
Yep.
mask over their
Yep.
face,
The system,
Yep.
under the guise of immigration,
Right.
indoctrination.
Right. You know, so there's many ways that Esau
You
does these things.
have a kid, you have a boy child, and he said, "Oh yeah, he need to get his shots," and all of a sudden, all these goddamn boys become autistic.
Right, right.
Yep.
You know, I wonder why.
So he
Right.
just, that goes right along with the civil rights era,
Yep.
the integration,
Yep.
Martin Luther King.
The ski
You getting your right to vote, and this
Yep.
and that. Now you can drink out of the same water fountain
Right.
as the so-called white man.
Right.
We did it. Anton Davis.
Yeah.
Our ancestors died.
Yeah.
Our
Right to
ancestors
vote.
died for
Fuck
you
outta
to be able to vote.
He always,
What?
he always on that notion. Black people were the first Republicans.
Yeah.
Look what happened to them in the Reconstruction.
Right.
Come on, man. Esau did that.
Esau stopped that shit real quick.
Yeah.
Because they fought tooth and nail for you so-called blacks
Right.
not to fucking vote
Right.
and have any power.
Right.
Because during the Reconstruction era, Jake was getting too much power.
Just imagine somebody dying so you could vote under the oppressive
Come on.
rule, an enemy rule.
You gotta say, you gotta
Because
sound
he says
stupid.
stupid.
Stupid as fuck.
People die so there could be an overtaking of the rulership.
Yep.
So they can not have to go through those things.
Not to vote, and he overlords over.
Right.
We're voting.
Right.
The master
Right.
can rule
Our
and
ancestors
govern me.
died to say,
Right.
I want one thing, my last wish.
Please Lord, let them vote. Man, if they could come back and speak, they'd be like, we didn't die for this shit.
Let's
die for this shit.
let's bring back Martin Luther King.
Right,
And
yeah.
see, does he still feel the same way?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
Let's bring all those
Right.
people back in those
What's
times.
your wish? To vote.
Now, before you die again, what would you say to the people? Rebel? I bet they'll say,
Come on, man.
we want to overthrow. We want to
Man.
see the so-called white man get taken down.
Yeah, they said we regret not going to war
Yeah,
with this man.
not fighting
sooner.
him. Not fighting him.
You know,
Yeah,
not
there
that they
you go.
would win, but
Right,
go
right.
to war with this man a lot sooner.
Yup.
You got it, Hamayan.
This is the book of
That's
Sirach.
good. When you really think about it, but that shit is crazy as hell. Our ancestors died for the right to vote. Vote for what? And now look at the first president. Look at the first president. And now look at now.
That shit was funny.
Ain't nothing fucking changed.
Right, nothing changed, bro.
I told you
The way you close your eyes, the
I
way
told you my way people always die. See, I told you my way people always die.
I'm talking about liberal white
liberal
women.
white women. God damn. What in the world? Yeah, but hey, that's the mindset of a lot of our men out
Yeah,
here.
we're gonna pick on you, Anton.
Yeah.
Cause you the black, you the perfect
Right.
black
Just
man.
weak and feminine, don't stand for shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I don't
hey,
want to
hey,
say nothing that
hey.
goes against the grain. They just want to check and
Hey.
sit back and enjoy the check.
Anton, what can you say? I make you famous.
Right. Well, it'd be good if the Lord had him get chased by an Edomite male.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get his ass beat.
Let's not forget. Fights and wrestles.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
all the
yeah.
time.
And his knuckles, he got marks on his knuckles.
Right.
He showed his knuckles on the camera.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 25, verse 7, says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children.
Yeah, Anton, I have. Why you ain't got no son? No son. You ain't got. If he all, he always talking about money. So I'll grab some more kids. Get a big family. Go get some more women. Try to go own something.
And look at
Yeah,
that.
I never forget what Anton said. When he said that, I was like, yo, that's just stuff. He was trying to buy some property in the city of Detroit, but for some reason he don't understand why the city of Detroit won't let him. Well, nigga, because you a nigga,
Right.
and you're not. I'm Christian, you know. Tell that to the city council and tell you're Christian. I want to buy some more property and see how that helps. Go ahead.
And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
See the fall of his enemy.
Right.
Who is your enemy, so-called black man, Hispanic, Latino man? The so-called white man.
They don't know. They don't consider it.
Wow, okay, you got neighborhoods filled with Elam, Chinese.
Yeah.
I don't see ICE around them.
Right.
Right.
I still haven't seen ICE gather. I haven't heard Mei Ling or a Chinese dude
Ditheads.
shut down
Right.
Ditheads. I haven't seen Bobbity mad, disgruntled,
Right.
screaming. You know, but all of a sudden Somalis are the thing now.
Right.
I wonder why they paint Somalis, so-called Somalians, as a picture. Is it because they want so-called blacks next in ICE? I wonder why. Right? It was Haitians all of a sudden. Only in Jamaica was Haitians, and then Northern Kingdom, and now Somalis. Then they showed the Haitian, the Somalian chick talking shit. You know, the black woman, the black woman. Well, she's not a fucking black woman.
Right.
That's a Hamite woman, you know? Yeah, he saw his semantics, man. That's why the scripture talks about the wilds, man. You know, having a spiritual armor. Got it?
Let's go on that.
What else we have?
You want Isaiah 47?
Hey, grab Joel 3rd chapter. You got that.
You want Isaiah 47? You want Ezekiel
Yeah, I'm gonna get Joel 3.
You want Sirach 36?
Get Ezekiel 3. Then you get Sirach 36. We just, the spirit now.
Ezekiel 3 and 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
So that's what we're doing, you know? Because as you clearly see, the other kingdom should sleep. But hey, it must be going to be something that's going to happen to really shake the other kingdom up.
Yeah.
Because they're truly fucking asleep.
Yeah. And we see, you know, our people, they want that position of a watchman. You see various individuals on podcasts and stuff now.
Yep.
They've diverted their attention to what's going on around the world and
What-
news.
what-
And now everyone's trying to meet some, you know.
Where's Daddy Yankee at? I wonder what Daddy Yankee is saying. I wonder what Tego Calderon is saying. But what's that nigga Vico saying? Hector there? This nigga turned Christians.
Right.
What are you niggas saying now,
Yeah, 'cause
man? What is Arcangel and them saying? And these are the pioneers of reggaeton.
Yeah.
What do you got to say about ICE?
Right.
You know?
You know, niggas is trying to sound deep now. Now niggas is speaking about all the various different things that are happening around the world concerning war. But y'all are just doing a whole lot of talking and y'all not making no sense because y'all don't have the Holy Spirit and y'all can't filter these things through the scriptures. Y'all just talking about Trump did this, look what's going on, troops are being sent over here, da da da. But what's gonna come out of all this? What's the be the results of all this buildup? They can't tell you that.
Because at the end of the day, they don't want to see the fall of Esau.
Right.
They still got that mindset of everybody living amongst each other in peaceful and happiness. Well, really, if that happens, you're blotting out Yahweh Shem Shah's purpose.
Right.
Because it's not intended for everybody to live in harmony and everybody just live in abundantly and peace and pleasure and happiness.
Right.
You know, that's not even the order of how Yahweh Shem Shah has it. Hey, Yahweh Shem Shah wants the heavens to be on earth as earth. It's like the earth as it is in heaven.
Right.
You know? Complete order.
Yeah.
And everybody subject and bowing down and calling the name of Yahweh Shem Shah.
There you go.
Not fucking, we love America. If we love the ways of America, I'm an American. No, it doesn't. You know, that's completely out of order. It's like you brought out earlier, Revelation the 21st chapter, man. New heavens and new earth.
Yeah, and it also speaks about that in 2 Peter the 3rd chapter.
Yep.
You wanted him to bring that Joel? Because I got a precept after
No,
that.
you can go. You can bring yours out. 'Cause I wanted them to skip around and Joel.
Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 5, it says, Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death,
And that's
and
what you're
destruction.
seeing. That's what you're seeing. Everybody keep talking about peace and how America could come back, what needs to be done, what policies need to be changed. But that's not going to ever happen, you know? Because you got to understand, it's of Yahweh Shem Shah that the so-called white man is becoming a bully, and it looks like he's becoming more powerful.
Right.
Well, you know, somebody has to be in power for him to come back and set this man down. But that ultimately just showed you how soft society has gotten, because men just don't have balls anymore. They don't have might in them anymore. Like, and it tells you the men of the men of Babylon have become as women.
Yeah, women.
Men don't want no altercation, man.
Yeah.
Men don't want vengeance.
They want to vote.
Men don't want
They're
payback.
gonna vote the way out of this shit.
Yeah, men peaceful protest. What the fuck is a peaceful protest, man?
Yeah, and people are starting to see that peaceful protest is not
ain't
working.
working.
Men, this is how bad it is. No man wants to see an overthrow. But what the fuck? How do you get peace? How do you get calmness? It has to be war. It has to be overthrow. Because how that the two horns and the dragon with two horns, going Revelation 13 and 10, that really had deceived. That really had deceived the people here, because they really believe, okay, if I just go more democratic, and we just keep putting Democrats in the office, everything will start to ease its way out, and they can fix what the other people
The sweet word.
What the fuck is this?
Psalm 55. He spoke those sweet words. What was in his heart? Basically, he learned not only he learned the Israelites to sleep, but he learned the people to sleep because, you know, along that time period, Esau never stopped with the program.
Never.
You know, so he was always about war.
Always.
Even war, you know, domestically and dealing with the people. Now he's got to a position where now people are just now.
Yep.
We gotta
do something.
Get some. We gotta arm ourselves, and we gotta get to the. We gotta fight together. Too late, motherfucker.
Right.
Now I'm so high. Planetary, AI,
Right.
robots,
Gideon.
missile strike.
Right.
We wish y'all would just tweet about
Do
it.
it.
Think about it.
Right.
Text about it.
Right.
I'm gonna knock, kick down your door. Kick down your goddamn door.
Right.
Remember Neely Fuller?
Yep.
Hey, remember Neely Fuller used to have a cartoon? Dude,
Yeah. That might have been something you could have,
Right.
you know, correlated when Esau couldn't see through the walls of your home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then
But you
you
couldn't
got-
just have a drone or a little fly. A little fly drone is, you know,
Right.
coming to your house and can land on your neck, and all of a sudden you woke up with a heart attack.
Right.
You know?
well, you can go. The proof of the pudding is that is when first buy a home, buy a house, when you move to a house, your car isn't there, and then you go back to Google Earth, your car is there. They let you know right there, somebody
Oh, yeah.
fucking watching.
Yep.
They know where you at.
Yep.
You know.
You'll see people on the street sometimes.
Yeah.
I have a
And
blunt
that's
in
just
my
low
mouth.
level technology.
Yeah.
Imagine the high level technology, because Esau always got his satellites.
I remember. You know, it's funny. I don't know if it was my grandfather, but I remember somebody in my family used to say that. There's gonna come upon a time when they will be able to see in your house.
Yep.
It was back in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
So here it is. This technology is here, and now everybody talking about, oh, we need to do this. It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. These men are weak, because at the end of the day, that's another thing. It can't just be you in the mindset. It has to. Your woman has to be behind you.
Everybody gotta be
Your
on the same
children
page.
has to be behind you.
And that ain't gonna
because
happen.
if you fall, your woman would know how she needs to act and how she needs to move if you don't come back. How she gonna keep the children? You get what I'm saying? Everybody has to be in line. It can't just be.
It'll be a whole nation effort. Because if it's not a whole nation effort, you're gonna have those couple individuals.
Yep.
You're gonna have people that go inside with the enemy.
Yep.
That's
Or
what I'm
even
saying.
use-
Yep.
I'm with y'all.
Right.
But when it gets tight, which one Cartana ain't show up? Next
Yep.
thing you know,
Right.
he's giving intel to the enemy.
He's your boy in 300.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said, Leonidas,
Yeah.
put down
Right.
your weapon.
So anybody who's not with your plan and with, you know, the goal, you know, ultimately they got to be put to death because they're a liability.
Yeah, because
you know,
it's like the black woman. Now here it is. If the so-called black man say, you know what, you going at this devil. What do you think the so-called black woman gonna do? No, nigga. I don't believe in y'all niggas.
Right.
I remember when y'all niggas did this, y'all did that. And Esau got children. Said, Keisha,
Right, yeah.
come here.
right?
Where they gonna go? Where they forming at?
Right.
Keisha gonna say,
Yeah.
and then when you go to war with her, Keisha gonna be right there.
Yeah.
You gonna be like, what the fuck? Sold out your whole, you know.
But
If Jake would have had that mindset, it would have been like in time past, which certain Jake
Yeah.
did. Because now, like, let's be for real, you know.
It had to been the 60s.
Yeah.
But before, that whole thing with Martin Luther King,
Right.
Gad, the Young Lords, the Brown Pride, and the Black Panther,
Yeah.
it would have had to been then.
Right. So you're not going to defeat Esau. He was
Hell
just
no.
Esau, so you're
But
not going to use
and the Lord set it up that way.
Right.
The Lord set it that way. So while Esau was getting stronger, he was weakening the people.
Right,
Meaning
right.
By him getting stronger, meaning his military.
Right. So
But
the
people being wicked.
weapons that we have aren't carnal.
Exactly.
You know, the weapons that we have, you know, the Holy Spirit, it's wisdom and knowledge,
That's
truth,
right.
It's true. That's that two-edged sword.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That is striking Esau constantly.
Because you gotta understand, how the hammer of the earth, Esau, he whipping the other nation into submission and breaking down their military power to the point where they wanted to fight and get rid of all their military and use the weapons and strength. When the whole time, Yahweh Shah gonna come in the midst.
Yeah, brother got that. He got that.
Yeah, got that, yeah. Just to read a little bit more. 2nd Ezra 15:7. Therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more. It's like it. Verse 6. 2nd
It's like-
Ezra 15:6.
It's like when Yahweh Shah comes back and we come back on the scene, the nation's gonna have to submit and bow down. They're not gonna have no power to withstand. You got it?
2nd Ezra 15:6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more. So we're seeing wickedness continue to increase, and the Lord is like, all right, it's time to pull the plug.
Yep.
But the Lord allowed the wicked to rule for a period of time, and their time is up.
He's just out of control.
He's out of
At the
control
end
now.
of his rulership, the scripture speaks about that he would be out of control like a madman. You know what I'm
Fair
saying?
enough.
Total immunity.
Right.
Total immunity. He was working under federal law. This is a federal matter. We don't care if he shot her in the face 3
Right.
times, man. And he was on the side of the cross. So what?
Right.
Total immunity.
All right.
And that, basically they're telling you like, hey,
Yeah, but the law-
that was like, a code, not really a code, but
It was.
an information to everybody that's
Yep.
an ICE agent. Hey man, do what y'all got to do and do
Right.
how y'all want to do it. Y'all ain't gonna be locked up or thrown in jail. We're not bringing you up on charges. America
Right.
got your back.
That's real, because in the locker room's like, yo, you didn't get locked up for that,
Remember-
bro. We got immunity like that.
Yeah, high five.
High fiving.
Remember they're talking about the Insurrection Act now.
Yep, they
right.
talking about passing that.
So now they're like, yo, we need this guy guns on our hips
Right.
just for show. We out here using these shits and we going on the offensive.
And the Lord threw a curveball too, because I'm thinking it was going to be foreign troops. These are straight up, people who was raised in America,
Yeah.
like deleting, don't give a fuck. And it still may be foreign troops.
Yeah,
involved.
like cause
It will
there's
be.
information that the IDF soldiers are in the mix
Yep.
of these ICE agents.
Right, right. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. Makes perfect sense. You got it, bro.
It says, verse 7, therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they have profanely committed. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Yeah.
Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Yeah. So he's justifying his wickedness, his actions, and killing, deleting people, and throwing them in prison, kicking them off the boat, killing them off the plane, going up to people who aren't doing no crimes and committing no crimes or going against the laws of the land. Oh, you're under arrest. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Why? Immigration, you're illegal, this and that. But I have my papers. What are you talking about? I'm American. I'm black. Come with us. you know what I'm saying? Don't matter what you are. What you mean? I'm white. Come with us. Like, God damn, Esau's coming, You know what I'm saying? Because really, Jacob's trouble is going to result in the trouble for everybody. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got it, brother.
That's pretty much. I'm
Yeah,
more
because we
reading.
saw what happened.
Yeah.
Because our face value, that woman was a white woman.
Yeah.
So like, if it was a Jake,
Yep.
The typical
That's-
black man or woman, we wouldn't have seen. We wouldn't have seen our crowd.
They proved the point on that one.
Yeah.
They sent the message.
Right.
They sent a message like, you Edomite
Yeah, yeah.
bitches, you want to be liberal,
Right,
you want
right.
to. We'll take you out.
They
too,
stringing
but
Esau's core. So Esau now he's watching. Now he just jumped off
Yeah.
the sofa. He said, "Oh
Hell
hell,
no.
They killed one of ours, Johnny."
Right.
So basically, anybody that goes against the grain, you're gonna get deleted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Esau's
That
ready
was a
to.
powerful message. Yeah.
That was the message. You go against the grain. Hey, any you Edomites like Alex Jones and them, you're gonna get got. Jessica Joe, it's a third world country. Well, it is true.
That is true,
When you
yeah.
go against when you go to some other third world countries, it's military men with machine rifles out there.
Yep.
I haven't seen it.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Was it added on that? You can bring
Yeah,
up
it's
that.
more, but I'll get it after.
Okay, Con. You can, you got Joel 3, right?
We'll wrap up with, we'll get a couple more.
Con. You can start from the top.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah.
Joel 3 and 1.
Oh, yeah. You got it.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 1 says, For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Verse 2, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat,
Yeah.
and will plead
Yahweh's
with
judgment. You know, so these nations are being brought together for that great battle, right? Battle of Armageddon, World War III. You know, go ahead.
and will plead with them there for my people.
Or who's the Lord's people? The Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you had in subjection and captivity, right? They're constantly, deleting. If it was up to Esau, he would just completely, exterminate the whole nation of Israel, especially at this point where he has no use for you anymore. At the point of New World Order now, the comedy, the sports, and all these entertainments can be facilitated by AI and robotics. So you're not needed no more. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Even work, jobs and shit. We're at the point, and it's funny how like Esau's coming down, with that wrath against Jake, right? At the ambit of the height of AI and robotics.
You're not needed no more.
You're not needed for even like that slavery.
It can go back to George the Last.
You know what I'm saying?
They cut down so-called humanity.
Right. You got it, brother.
And that's ultimately going back to control.
Yeah.
And then, now, they're trying to have the power to really create life, etc.
Yeah.
By according to their means and will. You got it. This man's crazy, man.
Continue, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel.
You got podcasters that keep talking peace. Well, we want to see overthrow. That's the mindset of the prophets. You see the overthrow of our enemies. You see the fall of our enemies. You can take it however you want to take it. Hey, this shows you how weak of a man you are. Right. Here it is. Your woman is being attacked. Your children is being attacked. You got men that say they don't want children anymore. What kind of man is that?
Man, your man is under attack.
Yeah, come on. Everything about being a man is underneath attack.
Yeah. Everything's being attacked. You can't even be
you can't even stand your ground.
A law-abiding a male law-abiding citizen.
Yep, you be considered as a toxic masculinity.
You defend your household. You got to find a lawyer.
Right.
And if you be a man, like you defend your manhood, you could be thrown in prison. What system? What kind of righteous system is that, man?
Right.
There's no quality of life.
Can't even raise your voice. Can't even raise your voice.
Come on, man.
That's you crazy. Like,
It all goes with the complete control that Esau is, casting upon her. And it's gonna get. It's just the beginning stages.
You can't protect your image out here.
Soon you're not gonna be able to do anything against Esau. You didn't keep up with the program. You didn't follow along with certain things. Let's cut your car off. Cut this off. Now you can't use money like what's going on in China. That social credit score. That we just cut your chip off. That's what's coming.
It's like here it is. We're the ones that know the truth. We're probably some of the best citizens here in America that Esau has. But hey, due to the fact we teach against this man, he'll demonize our image. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We render what's under the Caesar.
Right.
We render to what's under the Caesar, and we stay the fuck out of public. We don't want no. We're trying to basically be discreet and meek and humble. We do what we got to do, and we go amongst where we dwell. We're not like everybody else who want to put our face.
A lot of people were walking around working their job, their daily lives, and they're really at the point of like, yeah, these city words.
Yeah, they really got
shit. I'm stealing shit.
Yeah, they're losing their home, so they're really about to take it there.
I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
They have that in the back of their mind, and they can resort to.
They're on drugs. They're just not living too good.
Right.
But overall, us, we're in good spirits.
Right.
And overall, hey, but Esau wants to demonize our image. So that's what I'm saying. As a man, nothing is sacred here. It's not about honor. It's not about respect. It's not about quality of living. It's all tainted. It is about submission. And that's what the world don't understand. The so-called white man wants to make you bow down and submit. If you don't abide by his rules, it's going to be consequences.
And what the scripture says, in the land, he will not uphold uprightness or righteousness. I'm getting it right. You can find that in the land. He will not.
You will not uphold. Yeah, I think I know what it is.
Uphold righteousness or rightness or will unjustly. Something to the fact. I know I'm not getting the words in the right.
Let favor be shown to the wicked, but yet he will not.
That one. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. He's dealing unjustly, man, and he's making it, damn near impossible to uphold any type of, moral ethics or be, righteous, at all. Yeah, come on. You can just read down to verse 15. Basically points in the middle verses.
You still want that?
Yeah. You can bring that out real quick.
All right. Isaiah 26:10. It says, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
Yeah. He's not dealing justly.
Right.
And he got the land.
Yeah. He's in power and he's not doing what's fair. But he deals unfair, but then he tries to push that he's a fair man.
Yeah.
We gotta go over here because they're killing, they're dying. We gotta go over here because they're just, and he justifies himself and uses his witchcraft and persuade the minds.
And when you go back to the problem of the earth, it goes back to the old wars from the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s. All those wars go back to, when America was really trying to get their stronghold.
Yeah.
So them nations suffered that those the takeovers and the problems that they had what you call it in the Middle East. They had those different sects of Ishmaelites who served different religions. They had them in chaos and all that odds, man.
We gotta take Greenland.
Yeah.
Hey, what does the scripture say? He has been at war with them or at peace with thee. He's broken his covenant.
Yeah.
He fucked up the land of Ham.
Yeah. What scripture is that? I don't know. Psalm 55 or it might be in the book. Apocrypha.
And it's crazy because you go back to what was that little nigga Kakanat. I think it's his name. Not Kakanat. No, the other nigga, Speed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now they had him. The brother sent it to me. They got this
cows.
No, that nigga was on a helicopter overlooking Africa. And everybody was like, wow, Africa is so pretty and beautiful. Well, you Hamites should be mad at the Edomites because the whole time of our upbringing, they always painted Africa, so-called Africa, y'all niggas getting ate by flies.
I know, right?
Y'all are African booty scratchers. Y'all are starving. Y'all bellies are blown up, swollen. But I'm saying all this to say this. They use that as an attack for the Israelites and make them feel even worse as a nation. But overall, you Hamites come over here and hate us, But going back to image, the so-called white man can attack all these men's, the nation's image, and make everybody feel that it's justifiable for the so-called white man to come over there to give them some type of aid. Because due to the fact that the whole world thought Africa was impoverished, like so white man said, it's time. Now we go over there and break the ambulance, man.
And Esau, the day and age we live in, Esau uses the media to portray something that's not necessarily.
Because Ham had something to do with our slavery, and good for you, fucking Africans, Because you had a hand to do with our slavery. And then who got it done next? Ishmael. And Ishmael had a hand to do with our slavery and the captivity of our people. So you know, both of y'all are getting y'all just due. You know? You got it.
Continuing the book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 3. That's like verse 2. For my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land. Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an
All
harlot.
going right into what you was talking about. The other nations, Esau, you know, being the main one, but these other nations, they all had a hand in that. They're casting lots for my people, and guess what? Guess who they received those goods, those people from.
And the mother nation had a hand with our captivity
Right.
as well.
And then the nations had them up for sale.
Yep.
Hey, I got it.
Even going back to 70 AD when they sacked Jerusalem.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you got it, brother.
All these nations have had a hand. They tell you that in the book of Lamentations.
Yep.
All, and no other nation has happened as
That's
it
what happened to
happened.
Israel. Yeah, they've had the worst, so you can't compare what's happened to the Israelites to any other nation.
Nope.
You know, that's a trend nowadays to compare slavery to anything and everything. Well, it's slavery, everything, all nations have been in slavery, and this is like, nah, man, you can't compare the slavery of Jake to anything else that's happened concerning people in a nation on earth.
And what was the ticket for that to happen? Because we kept the laws and commandments.
Right.
So what was our punishment? To be basically get done dirty.
Yeah. And Esau tried to push that false narrative and that construct something that was bad for the Edomites concerning the so-called Holocaust.
Yeah, but then they, oh yeah, white slaves too. Well, you still white.
White people were dying in
Still,
Germany.
Yeah, you still got. It's still an honor to be white.
Yeah.
You know, it's still you can, doors and opportunity are still open for you. You know, I don't know about now, but the Baywatch era, oh yeah, it was great. It was the greatest time to be a so-called white man, a white woman. You know, you got it. The whole standard of beauty was derived. I mean, given to being looking like an Edomite, blue eyes,
And that
blonde hair,
started off
brunette.
in the Renaissance era, you know, the rebirth of Esau coming back into power when he whitewashed everything and, you know, changed the icons and the images, and that's when he basically set the face of who God is,
Yep.
who so-called Jesus is, who the angels are, and who you should want to be like to be a good person. If you want to be a good person, you got to look like me.
Yeah, that's why you used to have so-called Jake, your light-skinned nigga with green eyes. Nigga, your eyes ain't green, nigga. That's contacts. Nigga putting perms in their hair, with so-called black women putting wigs on. Come on, man. You got it.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 3. They have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre? And Sidon, and all the coasts of Palestine. Will you render me a recompense?
Right. Just like Elder's going into. These other nations had a hand in our demise and our captivity and our slavery, and ultimately they forwarded, you know, and they didn't come to our rescue. You know, wait, this is wrong. I know even the nations didn't have necessarily a direct hand. Well, guess what? They didn't come. Hey, they didn't even lift up their voice and say,
Moab
"What
never
you're
helped.
doing is wrong."
Moab never helped.
Right.
Who else? Elam never helped. Who else you had out there? Who else was out there? Ammon never helped.
Right.
Hey, just like it said,
Psalm 83rd.
Yep.
They made a confederacy.
Made a confederacy.
hey, they said we were Africans. Well, goddamn it, where, you know, hey, what is his name? What's the nigga name in South Africa? You know what I'm talking about? The one that
Nelson
locked up.
Mandela.
Nelson Mandela, he ain't come over here. Well, Chris Rock, Nelson Mandela. He didn't come over here. When he basically said what he was doing was for his people.
You can go to jail in America for negligence. Just not doing nothing. You can go to jail just for not doing nothing.
And look, and you know, even still to this day, you got Ishmael convert niggas and Hispanics to their religion, but I still to this day I have not seen an Ishmaelite even give any of you niggas one of their women. Ever. It's a problem when they see you with their woman. But you all Allah, Allah Akbar, Shallah, Allah, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Names of Allah and all this bullshit, bowing your head down. What the shit on Friday, nigga, the Juma, whatever. But you know, they never came to our aid.
Right.
You got it. And that's why they're getting punished. And that's why we don't have no sympathy for what's going on in the land of Ham
Right.
or you fucking so-called Arabs, man.
Right.
You got it.
And you can read all the way down to verse 15.
Straight down.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
we can wrap it up after that.
Come on.
Book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 4, continually, will I, what? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense unto your own head.
Read that again.
Book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense?
Right.
And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head?
Yes, so there's going to be a recompense, there's going to be a payback, all right? Contrary to popular view, contrary to Christianity. Go ahead.
And Esau's on your ass.
Right.
Blowing you up, making you look bad, got you in submission, got you a Christian. Him looking bad, man. You a damn Christian. Talking about you know, doing all this stupid, you look bad, man. That's what, but it's a recompense for all these
Right.
nations.
So
That's
you're-
why Esau, that's why the Lord made Esau the ham of the earth.
Right.
But he's going to subdue the other nations too. He's doing it. Got it?
So the tides are going to change, or it's like you brought up the illustration with your grandfather or whatever. You said something and you spoke it.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
You know, right? The times, that's how Esau is on Jake.
Yeah.
But now the times are going to change. With, hey, Jake, we're going to be on your heels.
Yeah.
Your life's going to hang in the balance.
Because ultimately the Lord is stirring up,
Right.
saving the best for Esau. But he's using Esau to break the other nations, man.
You're going to be running for your life.
You're
You
gonna
know?
feel how it feels to be a nigga.
Right.
To have no power.
Right. No
To have-
assurance.
Yeah, no assurance, man. Head down. No. Your own woman bucking up against you. You got it?
Book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold.
You got Iranian Black Panthers. Them niggas, protesters, them niggas that became Black Panthers. Sand Panthers. You got it?
Because you have taken my silver and my gold and have carried unto your temples my goodly.
Yeah, you ransacked
Pleasant
the temple. You took you took the holy things, which Esau still has to this day. Did not Donald Trump speak about another Archetypus relic that he wanted to, set somewhere? What is it? I think somewhere in America. You know, they set up these things with the commemoration and remembrance of what they did to the Israelites, man. You know,
And he took us.
which further proves that the people in the land aren't the
Yeah.
real Israelites. God damn, y'all support that shit. We're gonna build an establishment that shows the destruction and
Yeah.
the sake of our own shit.
Yeah, that's stupid as hell.
Come on, man.
That
Go
don't
ahead,
make-
bro.
That don't make sense.
You know,
Idiot.
go ahead, bro.
Book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians,
Yep.
that ye might remove them far from their border.
Mm-hmm. And that's what's happened.
Yep.
You know? And ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahushua scattered us, moved us to all Americas, etc., and put us in this captivity that we're in. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your
Yeah,
own
so
head.
the payback. You're gonna have to. You have a tab to pick up, Esau. You know, because Esau always like said, well, it wasn't me. I wasn't alive. my distant ancestors, they did that. Why should I have to pay? You got to pay for what your nation has. You got to pay for who before you, what they have done. Same way Jacob. You know, you have things you have to pay for concerning on a personal aspect, whether present life or past life. But you also got to pay for things which, you know, that your nation has done.
Yep.
You know, go ahead.
It's like we had to pay.
Right. Hey, I mean, you look at sports, you look at various different activities, and even, you know, organized things. You was on the team, you wasn't playing, you didn't make the mistake, but the team got the penalty.
Yep.
The team got the fine.
Right.
Y'all had to now. They didn't say just it's just the 5 players who was on the court. Y'all are getting the 5. Y'all did this. Nah, they said the Hornets. They said the Bulls. They said the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? You get lumped into that because you're a part of that, right? Go ahead.
Yep.
Associate, right?
Uh-huh.
Book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 8. And I will sell your sons and daughters and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. And they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off. For the Lord hath spoken it.
Right. Now we're going to get into, you know, what we were speaking about earlier concerning the, what verse you on?
Verse 8.
Yeah, come on, go ahead. Verse 9.
Book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war.
Right.
Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near.
Yeah, that's what you're seeing right now. You know, the mighty men, the war, the nations getting geared for that war, which we're really already in World War III, but the height of World War III when things start to really pop off, which is all being orchestrated by the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Go ahead.
They're definitely in talks of it.
Right. Those wars and rumors of wars, man. Go ahead.
The World War III coming, and people still think they, you know, la la land. Yeah, come on, man. It's,
I know, right?
He gonna vote.
Right.
Vote on the way out of this.
They
He
gonna
gonna vote on the way out of this.
Right. They gonna put a button on it. I voted.
the fact that that's the talk, people, you know, it's crazy. But hey, you got it.
Let all the men of war draw
There
near.
you go. And all
Let
the
them come up.
men of war are being gathered and they're drawing near and near, man. You know, to the point where there ain't gonna be no more talk. Ain't gonna be no more rumors. You know, hey, we here. You've seen it for yourself. You know, and they're gonna feel it. They're gonna know. The people are gonna know that war is taking place.
Right.
You know, and ain't gonna be no doubt about it.
Yep.
You know, go ahead.
Book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
Yeah.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
Yeah, that happened over time. You know, you know, they took various different things. No more. You know, we're gonna put money into agriculture, and this and that. We're gonna focus on. Hey, we gotta put our main focus on military, technology, and ultimately, you know, weaponry.
On the Revelation 17 and 18, how the nation came rich off the
Right,
war.
right.
You know, with the merchants, the dealings, the trafficking,
Right.
etc. That's how these nations were able to. You know, they took deals with America. They set up different organizations up there, businesses, policy, which allowed them to create a little system, a little monetary system for them to get power.
Plus, Russia, if I can say, Russia ain't had no choice but to build their military up over time anyway, because NATO was created to combat against them. They had those German scientists. You know, it was split. So, like, you know, we ain't got no choice.
Right.
Niggas is against us.
Yeah, and that's how these nations are able and will be able to say that they're strong in might.
Right.
Off the strength of, you know, Russia. Go ahead.
So now, since those nations that, you know, they got resources of their own,
Right.
They're making dealings with
Yeah.
Russia,
Yep.
NATO, and the EU.
Yeah.
Be a guard into them.
Yeah, because they have these things that they didn't have in times past, but America never stopped furthering and building and getting more technology and the science and the laboratories create more. So that is because you have these things, you're still behind. So you gotta support.
And that's because they had the Boca Jake.
Right. You know? You're still behind, so you're gonna need y'all gonna have to gather together and formate 'Cause just because you have these things, we've been had that shit.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, even though they're getting things given to them by Russia, very China, etc.,
Yep.
but still, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And those nations don't even give you so much.
Right.
They need shit.
Yep.
Yeah, America was able to become so powerful is because of Jake
Yep.
and the backdoor deal Esau did, meaning the wickedness, the line, the free labor, etc. The witty invention that Jake created for this devil. And plus Esau even had a great infrastructure here with Gad.
Yeah,
And what you call it, South America and Central America and the islands. There's much gold in abundance. This
Yep.
man had a powerhouse, man. You know?
And like I say, that's the beauty of this movie, man. We're basically in a movie. The dramatics of it is that the top dog is still top.
Yeah.
You know, but the Lord's having it to where the underdogs might have to come together.
Yep.
You know, in which he's controlling all of it anyway.
That's right.
You know, and they always be divided, but they got this thing where we got the same enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
we all gonna come and work
There you go.
together, and that collectively we're gonna be strong.
And also, when you go back to even the time of Goliath, you know, one thing about, and it also tells you throughout the Bible, those heathens always eventually got too big for their britches.
Yeah.
I mean, they always boasted of their strength. And when,
Yeah.
and eventually,
Yep.
That's gonna be the downfall.
Yeah, the Lord always
Yeah.
took, eventually they got big headed.
The height of the
Yeah, the
pride.
height, the Lord took them down.
Because he saw, you know, on one side he saw just doing too much. Now he's going against the ones that are at peace with him. Hold on, we NATO, we all in this together.
Right.
European Union. And now you're going against us?
Right.
Oh hell
And
no!
he said,
you know?
man, we ain't worried about
You're
NATO.
going too much now, you know?
Trump
And that's
said-
going to be the downfall of,
Yep.
you know, it's all set up by the Heavenly Father, man. You know, those 10 horns
Yep.
are going to hate the whole
Yep.
board and burn them with fire, man.
Yep.
You know, you're like, you're going too far, man. Too close, man. You know?
Right.
Go ahead, bro. And Esau's really getting too close, man. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You like, we ain't talking about Cuba, Mexico,
Yeah.
Venezuela. Whoa, hold up,
Right.
hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
A dead giveaway. That's a dead giveaway. You know, go ahead, bro.
Book of Job, chapter 3 and verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves about hither. Cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
Right. You can read all the way to 15, bro.
Verse 12. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Ooh, so this gathering of the nations for war is ultimately a gathering for Yahweh to judge these nations
Yep.
in that great battle.
That's right.
There ain't gonna be no victor out of this battle. No one nation will get advantage of the other nation more so. Eventually, all the nations are gonna be put down because Yahweh Shah is gonna take them all
Right in
down.
the
He's
midst.
gonna be the one with the crowns on his
That's
head,
right.
man.
Was it Isaiah 60?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we on one with the next city. Nah, man, that's when the clouds break. You know what I'm saying? And y'all say, once again, fuck. Now we gotta come together again. Subdue the man that's come from the sea. You know what I'm saying? So now they're gonna put the differences aside and say, yo, we got a major problem. A common enemy. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately they're gonna be put down. Go ahead, bro.
And all the, they definitely want to, what is it, turn their, what is it? The hooks.
Yeah,
They
right.
definitely want to, you know, and they're going to get obliterated.
Yep.
So, you know, Baltimore, when Yahweh Shah comes back, you know, all the military strength of the earth, which they took billions and all their time to create, is going to get obliterated.
Right,
so
right.
we're going to come in.
Yeah. And that's Ezra saw the vision.
Yep.
There's nothing but dust and smoke.
Yeah.
So basically, all these like the high
Done
level
for.
military
Yeah.
weapons, you know, aside of some
Nukes.
being destroyed by the nukes,
Yeah.
it's really going to get obliterated when
Yeah.
Yahweh Shah returns.
Yep.
Because they're going to use their top level weaponry against Yahweh Shah
Yep.
angels.
Yep.
And it's going to be fried up.
Yep.
It ain't going to be a piece of a missile, a wing, you know, there's a wheel from
Right,
a
right.
tank left over. Nah, Ezra saw that vision. He said there was nothing to be perceived.
Yep.
I ain't know what I was looking at.
Right.
Dust and smell of smoke. So it's gonna be a complete catastrophe.
That's why, you know, when you come back on the scene, it's going to be, hey, you're going
Yeah.
to worship, you're going to bow down.
But the nations are gonna
Yeah.
rise back up. With what? Come on, dust and smell of smoke. You can't put that back together.
Hell no.
They talking about you got an old missile, half of it left. We're gonna put this, take the wires, put them together, get this silver, and gold.
I don't know.
We're gonna put it here.
Y'all
We gotta
remember Jackie Marzi, the guys that take reminiscent shit, Dr. Jeru and all of them. A series later, they come back, put Android, they back together.
Come on, man.
And make them stronger. Nah, man. Well, he got a capsule, a little thing, and throw it out there. And they start working on it and make it power. Nah, ain't gonna be none of that. Huh?
Yep.
Got it, bro.
Book of Joel chapter 3 and verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
Yeah.
Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, with their wickedness is great.
Jeremiah 50.
Man, yeah, so many scriptures come to mind off that.
The sins of the Babylon, the sins of Babylon reached the heavens.
Yep.
We'll finish it out.
The book of Joel 3 and 14. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near.
Yeah.
In the valley of decision.
Yep.
Verse 15. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Yeah, and how is that going to take place, man? Hey, at the height of World War III, these missiles being shot out, the smoke of Babylon the Great being burned by thermonuclear fire is going to travel the globe. You're not going to be able to see the sun, stars, and the moon. Furthermore, when Yahweh shall returns, guess what? You ain't going, hey, he's,
Like, no, let
right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The ship that he's coming on is so colossal that, hey, you going to look up and that's all you're going to see. Like the scripture says, you know, every eye shall see him, you know? So there ain't going to be no sun, moon, and stars. You're just going to see that giant ship, you know?
Right.
While he wages war on the kings of the earth. It also brings a deliverance to the elected nation of Israel. We're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, you were edified. We're going to face the east. Say, call halal Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Kakodash. The one is to the head apostles, and that is a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Kwam Yasharala, Shalom.
Shalom.